Moments for people living in this Estero neighborhood. A brush fire threatening their homes and sending more than 100 firefighters into action. This 15-acre fire started around 1 o'clock right near the western end of the Fountain Lakes community. It's just off 41. Now, thankfully, crews have contained the fire by now. 4 in your corner anchor Kelly Stegeman live in the neighborhood with a look at just how close those flames got. Kelly?
Patrick, we've just learned in the last few minutes that investigators believe that this fire may have been accidental. They say there was a transient camp in the woods over here. They may have started a fire that just got out of control. Now, hours after that blaze started in this neighborhood, you can still see cars driving here through a blanket of smoke there on the ground. It's hard not to feel for these residents who got either calls at work or knocks on their doors telling them to get out with the clothes on their backs, not knowing if they would see their homes again. It wasn't just the work of firefighters that made all the difference here, but neighbors taking it upon themselves to alert anyone and everyone that needed to know there was trouble here.
Got a phone call from a neighbor that said the woods was involved and they're right behind the house.
In that moment, Andrew Devlin had one fear. His dog Mimi was stuck in the house.
No one else was home, and she was, and I had to rush back here to make sure we got her out.
Not allowed to get close to his home, he relied on firefighters to get Mimi out safely. At least 5 other neighbors were in a similar predicament, forced to leave in a moment's notice because the fire was knocking at their doors.
And I came in, and it's a big deal. I don't know how it started either.
For 3 hours, firefighters fought the 15-acre blaze, even spraying rooftops should the fire get too close.
All that back there is undeveloped and dry.
The 4-alarm fire took a team of dozens of firefighters from around the area to stop the threat.
Everybody is allowed back into their houses. They're starting to let people come back in.
It didn't happen a moment too soon for these neighbors waiting and hoping.
I was thinking maybe break out the garden hose, but thank God they got right on it.
Firefighters saying a plan of action and plenty of help left this neighborhood intact.
No homes, no injuries, no life. It was a good day.
Firefighters late this afternoon actually reignited that fire because there were some hot spots that were next to portions that hadn't burned yet. So they wanted to make sure those burned in a controlled setting so that they wouldn't be coming back here and neighbors would have to go through this thing all over again a few hours later. And we do not expect any charges to be filed in this case. We are live in Estero tonight. Kelly Stegeman, Fox 4 in your corner.